Mr. Secretary, do you believe that Israel has to fully defeat Hamas so that they don't come back and have another attack like October 7th?
I do believe that Hamas has to be defeated, yes. The goal of the Israeli leadership, as stated by them, is to destroy Hamas.
Okay, then if they need to be fully defeated, then won't giving them precision weapons like Boeing's joint attack, direct attack munitions, and small diameter bombs help them fully defeat Hamas with less collateral damage, with less impact on civilians? Those precision weapons will help them fully defeat Hamas with less impact on the civilian population in Gaza. So why wouldn't we go ahead and get them those weapons just as fast as we can?
I tend to agree with you. You need precision-guided munitions of the right type, and that's why we just recently provided small diameter bombs to Israel.
But clearly, it was the intent of Congress to get Israel that assistance, and so we're watching very closely that you get that to them as expeditiously as possible so they can fully defeat Hamas, so Hamas doesn't regenerate and do the same kind of attack that they did on October 7th. Wouldn't you agree with that?
I would agree with that. And I would also agree with the point that we need to do everything we can to protect civilians in the battle space. So that precision that you talked about is really, really important. So some types of munitions are better suited than others. But we really would like to see that begin to happen in terms of fewer casualties, fewer civilian casualties, and more precise.
Do you agree or not that we need to get them the assistance to fully defeat Hamas? Do you agree with that or not?
And we have been doing that from the very beginning.
Do you agree with that or not?
I do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Secretary. Appreciate it. Mr. Chairman, I want to talk to you about Sentinel. Given the incredible threat from China and Russia and the incredible buildup we're seeing, particularly in China, with their nuclear arsenal, and given the Nunn-McCurdy review, one, are you fully committed to modernization of our nuclear forces, to the Sentinel program? And how are you going to do, and what are you going to do to keep that on track?
As you know, our nuclear portfolio and our nuclear triad is key to our strategic deterrence. And so in this budget, there's $49 billion that is focused on that portfolio. For Sentinel, there's $3.7 billion. As the Air Force works through its Nunn-McCurdy, we want to continue down the path to modernize, because this leg of the triad, Sentinel, is the one that's available 24/7 to provide that strategic deterrence in addition to the other two legs of the triad.
Are you fully committed to doing what you need to keep it on track?
I am.
And do you feel that you have the plan in place right now to do that?
Well, this is where the Air Force is working through the Nunn-McCurdy, and I've not gotten a brief from them, but I do know that the Air Force is focused on this, based on my past experience and based on how important I know it is for the nation.
Is there something that you would want to see from this committee that would help you do that?
Well, I think the collaboration with the committee and consistent funding, on-time funding, will be helpful to move forward, and then just constant dialogue to figure out where we can take out any slack to ensure we get the capability.
Well, our chairman is from Montana, the home of Malmstrom, and of course we have the Minot Air Force Base in North Dakota, and Senator Barrasso and in F.E. Warren. I know that we're committed to helping you. So if there's something else that needs to be done, we want to know what it is to keep that program on track.
We'll definitely let you know.
Okay, thank you very much. And then the last question I would have, Mr. Chairman, for you is, how are you making sure that we have enough ISR with this, development for space-based assets? And I know it's critically important. We're very committed to funding that and advancing it. I'm concerned that you're not doing enough to maintain an ISR capacity. What are you doing to make sure that you have the ISR assets that all of the forces, not just Air Force, but all of our forces are asking for?
As a joint warfighter, and having been serving jointly, I've been focused not just on the Air Force, but all the services. And when I look at the ISR in particular, it's the capability that not only do we have from the air-breathing assets, but it's how we bring in ISR from our maritime assets, how we bring it in, and particularly from our space assets, and how we transition. I'd also highlight the fact that how cyber plays a key role in some of our ISR as well. And so having the capability to bring that all together and using our digital tools to take all the information we get from whatever ISR platform, that's what we're really, that's where the focus is. How do you take that information to things we can analyze to determine intent? And it's not just, I know our commands are focused on particular platforms, but it's the combination of platforms and capability and how we bring that together that's going to make us most effective as a joint force.
Well, you and I have worked on this for some time, and you've had a good common sense approach to it. And so we want to continue working with you on it. But what you do in ISR affects every single force in the DoD, not just the Air Force. It's vitally important. So I want to encourage your continued focus on making sure that you have adequate ISR, and we'll work with you to do that. But very important.
Actually, having an ISR actually makes my job easier.